What if I told you many of these viral crazes, the dances, the stunts, the challenges, weren't as spontaneous as they seem? Behind the laughter, the joy, and even the danger lies a carefully engineered plan. A plan designed not just to capture your attention, but to shape your behavior, influence culture, and sometimes even change the course of history. To understand how viral challenges take over the world, we first need to understand the psychology behind why humans copy each other so eagerly. Humans are wired for social proof, the instinct to follow the crowd. When you see your friends, celebrities, and millions of strangers doing the same dance or stunt, it sends a powerful message. This is what's cool. This is what's accepted. Then there's FOMO, the fear of missing out. Social media fuels this like never before. The thought of being left behind, out of the loop, ignored, can be almost unbearable. And deep inside our brains, dopamine surges whenever we receive likes, comments, and shares. This chemical reward makes posting and replicating viral content addictive. We don't just want to watch, we want to be part of the action. Platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts use complex algorithms to exploit these instincts. They detect trends and push them relentlessly to users' feeds, ensuring maximum reach and engagement. But there's more than just psychology at work. Not every viral challenge begins with a teenager and a smartphone. In fact, some of the most successful and influential trends were born in boardrooms, not bedrooms. Let's go back to 2014, when a single idea swept across the globe with the speed of a tsunami, the Ice Bucket Challenge. The premise? Dump a bucket of ice water over your head, film it, post it, and nominate 3 friends to do the same.
Okay. Alright, I nominate Carl because I want him to do that again. What? I nominate Kai Cenat, and whoever has top comment on this video in 24 hours, you're also nominated. Oh god!
Or donate $100 to ALS research. Simple? Yes, but also brilliantly engineered. Behind the scenes, a Boston-based ALS patient named Pete Freites and a small team of campaigners leveraged Facebook's tag and challenge mechanic, combining peer pressure with charity in a way that made it impossible to ignore. By giving users an action and a deadline, they baked virality into the formula. Add celebrity participation like Bill Gates, Oprah, and LeBron James, and the campaign became unstoppable. Over $115 million was raised. ALS research was supercharged, and the world learned that a challenge, when engineered right, could change lives. But not all examples are so wholesome. Take the Harlem Shake, a bizarre 30-second dance explosion from 2013. Unlike the Ice Bucket Challenge, this didn't start as a campaign, it became one. The original idea came from a YouTuber named Filthy Frank and DJ Bauer's electronic track Harlem Shake. The challenge format: one person was dancing alone until the beat drops, then chaos erupts, was picked up by college students, soldiers, sports teams, and even corporate offices. But here's the twist. Warner Music, who owned the song's rights, used the viral momentum to re-release the track on major platforms. It shot to #1 on Billboard, and the Harlem Shake Challenge became a textbook case in music marketing through meme culture. Other examples are murkier. Ever heard of the hashtag Guac Dance Challenge?
Peel the avocado, guacamole.
In 2019, Chipotle partnered with influencers to start a dance celebrating National Avocado Day. Over 250,000 videos were created in just 6 days, resulting in the highest digital sales day in Chipotle's history. What looked like a silly dance was, in truth, a perfectly planned campaign with ROI in mind. Even Netflix has played the game. When Bird Box premiered, the hashtag Bird Box Challenge, where people attempted daily tasks blindfolded like characters in the film, went viral. Although Netflix publicly disavowed the challenge after people began injuring themselves, it's worth noting that hundreds of millions of hours were watched in the first month. Coincidence? Maybe, but it's also a case of virality driving engagement. Behind every viral challenge is a powerful, invisible force: the social media algorithm. These algorithms analyze countless signals, watch time, shares, comments, to decide which content deserves to go viral. Once a challenge gains traction, the algorithm supercharges it, pushing it to millions of users worldwide in a feedback loop that's almost impossible to break. Creators quickly learn to tailor their videos to the algorithm's preferences. Short length, catchy music, clear visuals, and repetition. Influencers with millions of followers become accelerators. When they jump on a challenge early, their massive reach can make or break its success. Brands, too, have figured out how to harness this power, sponsoring influencers or creating their own viral challenges to increase visibility and sales. For every Ice Bucket challenge, there's a Tide Pod challenge, a viral trend that's not designed to inspire or unite, but to shock, confuse, or sometimes even endanger. Let's start with the Tide Pod challenge, a trend so notorious it sparked congressional hearings. Originally meant as satire, jokes about how candy-like Tide Pods looked, it spiraled into dangerous territory in early 2018, when teens began filming themselves biting into or cooking the detergent pods. Poison control centers were flooded with calls. The American Association of Poison Control Centers issued warnings. YouTube began removing videos, and Tide's parent company, Procter & Gamble, launched emergency PSAs featuring athletes like Rob Gronkowski. While no one knows who exactly seeded the trend, the media attention gave it rocket fuel. Was it a random meme gone wrong, or a subtle act of internet sabotage targeting impressionable teens? Next came the Skullbreaker Challenge in 2020. This challenge involved two people tricking a third into jumping, then kicking their legs out, causing them to slam backwards onto the ground.
And now it's made its way here to South Florida schools.
Injuries included concussions, broken bones, and even paralysis. Some schools were forced to send out urgent parent advisories. Yet, despite the danger, the challenge spread, not because people supported it, but because the shock value made it irresistible to algorithms and media. Even more chilling is the Benadryl Challenge, which encouraged users to take excessive doses of the over-the-counter drug in an attempt to hallucinate. One 15-year-old girl in Oklahoma tragically died after participating. And the list continues. The Fire Challenge, where teens set themselves on fire briefly for views. The Pass Out Challenge or choking game, which has been linked to multiple adolescent deaths over the years. The Kia Boys TikTok trend, which led to a wave of car thefts in 2022 after users began posting how-to videos on hot wiring Kias and Hyundais using only a USB cord. These are not just pranks, they're public health threats, amplified by algorithmic reward systems. The ethical dilemma is clear. When attention becomes currency, does anyone, creators, platforms, or corporations, bear responsibility for what people will do to earn it? And why do these platforms allow it? Because content that shocks, outrages, or horrifies often keeps us watching, and that means more ads, more revenue, and more power. Now, let's step into the most dangerous use of all, viral challenges as political tools. In the age of digital warfare, not every battle is fought with bullets. Some are fought with hashtags, memes, and challenges. During the 2020 US presidential election, both political parties and countless foreign actors used TikTok and Instagram to push viral content. One example, influencers were paid to push get out the vote dances or challenge people to register to vote. At first glance, it looked like activism, but many of these were backed by political action committees with strategic agendas. In the same year, a bizarre challenge surfaced: fake a dance in front of a police officer and get their reaction. Though many of these were staged, they blurred the lines between entertainment and social commentary, weaponizing virality to provoke or soften political tension. In Russia, during the 2022 Ukraine invasion, state-backed influencers participated in peace challenges, promoting vague anti-conflict sentiments without directly criticizing the regime, a subtle strategy to reframe narratives without overt censorship. Meanwhile, in Iran, during the 2022 Mahsa Amini protests, a wave of TikTok haircutting videos, some real, others later found to be repurposed or staged, went viral as a form of resistance. But fake videos seeded by anti-activist trolls caused confusion, diluting the impact of real protest footage. And let's not forget China, where viral trends on platforms like Douyin, China's version of TikTok, are heavily moderated and sometimes seeded by government accounts. Certain challenges are encouraged to distract from politically sensitive events. Viral trends aren't just entertainment. They can be political weapons, shaping what people talk about, how they feel, and even what they believe. In a war for your attention, challenges are the perfect Trojan horse. Funny, addictive, and shareable, but sometimes seeded with dangerous intent. So, how can you navigate this minefield of engineered virality? First, be skeptical. Ask yourself, who benefits from this challenge going viral? Is it genuinely grassroots, or is someone pulling strings behind the scenes? Look for red flags, dangerous stunts, sponsored content disguised as organic, or trends that seem designed to distract. Most importantly, don't let the dopamine rush control your actions. Take breaks from social media, verify information, and think critically before joining in. In today's world, attention is the most valuable currency. Viral challenges are more than entertainment, they're subtle battles for your mind. The next time you see a viral trend, remember, behind the fun, there's often a complex mix of psychology, algorithms, marketing, and sometimes manipulation. Being aware is your best defense.